This may be best demonstrated by the Democrats' unrelenting push towards socialism in their all-too-cozy relationship with Communist China. Infiltrate the press was also part of the 1958 Communist Plan. Like all totalitarian societies, they know that control of communication and information is essential to controlling the people. That's why the press was government-controlled in Russia during the Soviet era. Most of America's mainstream media are likewise under control of the left, and they have devolved from reporting accurate, fair, and fact-based news to nothing more than a propaganda arm of the far-left Democrats. Perhaps an even scarier element of the Democrat Party brands themselves as the secular Democrats. These people would include members of Congress like Jared Huffman, DCA, Jamie Raskin, DMD, and Jerry McNerney, DCA, who criticized President Trump's right-wing nationalist agenda, and almost from day one, they exhorted Joe Biden and Kamala Harris to restore secular government. Thus, they seem to oppose God as much as the communists do and have managed to be where they can do the most damage, i.e., our own lawmaking body of government. Visit their website, and you will see that it couldn't be more anti-God, anti-Christian, or in greater opposition to what America has always been. Is this another part of what Obama meant about fundamentally transforming the United States of America? One of the most disturbing demands they made on the new Biden administration almost immediately after Biden took office was fully and robustly fund comprehensive sex education, which to the leftist means encouraging elementary and mid-DL school-age children to declare themselves one of dozens of made-up non-biological gender identities and learn how to engage in various deviant forms of sex. This is not hyperbole and not propaganda. Read it for yourself at the link noted. Can you imagine any responsible adult, let alone a member of Congress in America, wanting to encourage children as young as elementary school age to not only learn how to engage in sex, but more specifically in deviant forms of sex? Who would be warped enough to want to teach this to kids? If that's not bad enough, here's a bit of a news flash for the uninformed despite it having happened in 2016. The first official meeting of the After School Satan Club recently took place at Sacramento Elementary School in Portland, Oregon, a hotbed of leftist activity. It was the first of its kind in the United States. But the Satanic Temple, a national organization based in Salem, Massachusetts, that would be the Salem of witch trial fame, says they have applications in other schools across the country. Finrez, co-head of the Portland chapter of the Satanic Temple, said they were exercising their rights under the law, co-opting elementary school students into Satan worship. Who in their right mind would do such a disgusting, unholy thing and couch it as a right or claim protection under the law? Oh, wait, they aren't in their right mind. They're leftists. But we should add a reminder that the 45 communist goals revealed in 1958, as the Naked Communists said, use technical decisions of the courts to weaken basic American institutions by claiming their activities violate civil rights. Regardless, the takeaway here is that Satan is alive and making progress while Christians are still waiting for their team to suit up. Sadly, it seems that Christian America has only seen or applied a defensive strategy for dealing with the left and the atheists/Satanists. In other words, it's time the good guys implemented a strategy to go on the offense. In addition, other parts of the Communist Plan, which you can read in The Naked Communist, says to eliminate prayer or any phase of religious expression in the schools. They managed to eliminate prayer in public schools as far back as 1962 in spite of the Free Exercise Clause, which is the other side of the coin in the First Amendment. For informational purposes, let's remind the reader, too, that the prohibition against establishing religion noted in the First Amendment has been used as a tool by irreligious politicians all too often and for nefarious purposes. However, the Constitution only says Congress shall make no law respecting the establishment of religion. What a law does not say is equally important, And it does not say you can't put a religious symbol on public grounds. Doing so does not establish a religion. It only recognizes a religion, or respects a religion or religious holiday traditionally recognized by the American people, and it should be done according to community standards. Mikey Weinstein of the Freedom from Religion Foundation has caused a lot of trouble for a variety of people and government institutions with his constant threats to sue everybody from the Veterans Administration to the U.S. Air Force and to small towns who have put up religious displays on so-called state property by claiming they violate the principle of separation of church and state. Let's be clear on this, very clear. There is no such language in the U.S. Constitution, and there have only been vague mentions by the Supreme Court and others as grossly inappropriate. Thus, there is no concrete constitutional predicate concerning separation of church and state. So Mr. Weinstein should be taken to task the next time he threatens to sue because of a nativity scene at an Air Force Base chapel during Christmas, or the Navy for putting a Bible in their visitors' quarters. Bankrupt him and shut him down. That should be the war cry of the Christian citizens in this country. Frankly, whoever he threatens should tell him to go ahead and file your suit. We'll countersue and ask for damages. Case closed. Another item on the 1958 Communist to-do list was to discredit and eventually dismantle the FBI. The exposure of the rampant corruption and politicization within the Bureau has prompted Josh Hawley, RMO, to suggest doing away with this heretofore trustworthy branch of the Justice Department. In view of this, it seems the whole FBI leadership cabal that plagued the last administration could be an indicator. The cabal consisted of James Comey, Peter Strzok, Andrew McCabe, Lisa Page, and we'll add as honorable mention, John Brennan, and James Clapper to round off this seedy group of people that dominated the news for a moment in time for their efforts to besmirch Donald Trump. They are either communists themselves, support the communist ideology, or they are useful idiots for the Communist Party. And, yes, there is a Communist Party in America since 1919. They've even got a website. The bad actors mentioned above are, accordingly, a giant leap toward accomplishing the goal of discrediting the FBI along with discrediting the State Department and the intelligence gathering agencies. Consider as part and parcel to discrediting the FBI the unprecedented FBI raids on Trump's Mar-a-Lago, harassing everybody in the conservative movement, from parents who attend school board meetings to protest racist curricula in schools to congressmen in airports in which they confiscated his personal cell phone, colluding with big tech companies like Twitter and Facebook to influence elections and more. The discrediting continues not only with the FBI's conduct, but the Department of Justice at large. The media are now calling it the weaponization of government agencies, and Congress has also established a committee to investigate it. How did we ever come to that? Item 26 of the 1958 Communist Plan says to present homosexuality is normal, natural, and healthy. Karl Marx wanted to abolish morality. So item 26 helps accomplish that. In an effort to destroy the traditional family, again, per Karl Marx, the left succeeded in establishing a legal predicate for homosexuals to marry. They have also managed to redefine the meaning of the word sex in Title VII of the 1964 Civil Rights Act, which was passed during a Democrat administration. In 1964, the word sex meant gender male and female, not the method of practice, and there are only two genders/sexes recognized by the biological sciences, as opposed to the social sciences. Two genders. That's all. Beware, folks. In Genesis 7:16, the Bible describes who went into Noah's ark. It says male and female of every living thing. Notice it does not recognize the inclusivity policies of the Democrats.